Hey guys, this is Samuel Geek, and we have found possibly the biggest PS3 fanboy on the planet. He spouts so much bullshit. Alright, dude, first off, all three systems are made in China. Made in China. Right
Just
there.
common knowledge.
The 360, the Wii, is made in China. Made in China. The PS3 is made in China. No system is manufactured in America. And how dare you say manufacturing in America sucks. My Mac is made in America. And honestly, compare a Mac to a Dell in like hardware quality, as in like the plastic and shit. You're not gonna get that kind of quality from China. Alright? Now, another thing you said is, you totally went off topic and said that, you know, that American manufacturing sucks, and that was basically your whole fucking video, and that the PS3 is the future. Let me tell you something. Sony is a greedy ass bitch, okay? All three of these, they're companies. They're greedy. You think Sony is really going to keep their system out for 10 years and not make a new one? I mean, come on, dude. Also, this is the future, dude. The Wii. You know why I say the Wii is the future? Because it's selling like fucking hotcakes. And, number two, the same thing is going to happen that did with the DS. Remember when the PSP came out, everyone's like, oh, the DS is dead, the DS is dead, the DS is dead. Yeah, it kept selling like it did, and it took over. Now, there's like puppy dog shit for the PSP, and there's all the games are on the DS. I mean, honestly, there's only been 2 good PSP games in like 3 years, dude. And most people who buy a PSP don't even buy it for the software. And like I said, the same pattern is going to happen with the Wii. It's fairly obvious. If the hardware sells, software development will begin. And people still think it's a fad, but it's slowly moving out of that stage. Next point. You're just... Dude, you are the biggest fucking fanboy I've ever seen. You spout all this bullshit about how the PS3 is so much in the future. The PS2 was the least advanced of all systems. The GameCube had better hardware. The fucking GameCube. So please, explain to me how PlayStation has always been advanced. Did you know that the PlayStation 1 had half the hardware as the Nintendo 64?
Please. And the same thing with the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 had the weakest hardware of all the systems put together.
Exactly. You please explain to me. Please explain to me how you Sony fanboys are so fucking numb in the skull that you cannot see that Sony... This is their first time they're in the lead for hardware. There hasn't been a single time before that Sony's been in the lead for hardware. You know why they were in the lead for hardware? Because they used you. Honestly, they used you to win the Blu-ray war.
Thank you.
Exactly. And honestly, Blu-ray's not the future either. The 360 has something called downloadable movies, downloadable TV shows. You know what? That's the fucking future. Just like with the with the music industry, it's going to move in that direction. You know, memory is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And the more memory people have, the faster speeds the processors are going to be. And then pretty soon, there won't be need for physical media.
Thank you.
And if you honestly think that Blu-ray is going to last for very long, dude, here's the reason why DVD was successful. It had no competitors. It had no competitors. I mean, honestly, that was the only format that really had no competitors. Of course, there was video CD, but that didn't last more than a couple of weeks. And honestly, the DVD had no competitors. The Blu-ray has DVD to deal with, number one. It has to kill the old format, which it's not doing. Number 2, it has downloadable content. Dude, honestly, right now, I can hop on my 360 and download a movie. I can go to Netflix.com and do a downloaded movie right there. I could download movies faster than you can run to the store and buy one.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me how that's not the future. iTunes has rented movies on there. I could just go onto iTunes, click the little icon here, rent a movie.
Hey, real quick. I want to bring up one good point, too. Okay, if he says that, this whole thing of Blu-ray and all that is the future, then let me ask you something. If the Blu-ray is the true future, then how come Sony jumped on the same bandwagon and provided a video download service so people can download?
No, they haven't provided it. In fact, they saw the problem. Sony canceled the video downloadable service because Sony was afraid that it would kill Blu-ray.
Aha!
Did you know that? Sony was
No,
afraid that if they released a downloadable movie service for the PS3, that it would kill Blu-ray.
Right.
So they didn't do it.
Phew.
They saved themselves there, because if there was a downloadable TV movie service, dude, you wouldn't even be buying Blu-ray discs. You wouldn't even be fucking touching them. Seriously, you would not be even looking at those pieces of shit. I mean, honestly, why would you pay $30 for a movie that you're gonna watch maybe once or twice?
Exactly.
I mean, the only like additions to DVDs that even interest me now are like the special features.
Right.
Other than that, there's no reason to own the disc.
Right.
There's absolutely none unless you're a collector. Nowadays, it's gotten so easy. The memory speed in the internet is so fast that I can literally download a 720p movie on my Xbox 360 within 20 minutes. It honestly takes me less time to download a 720p movie on my 360 than go drive down to Walmart and buy a Blu-ray, okay?
Or worse, drive down to Blockbuster.
Exactly. It is just, and honestly, I'm not going to watch a movie for more than once or twice, so the 10-day limit, I believe, or it's like 2 or 3 or 4 days, I don't know, on the 360 that you have to download it, fine with me. Mm-hmm. I can watch the movie within that time and be perfectly fine. And I'm on a 1 megabit connection, too. I mean, maybe Silvernick's over here, he has a higher speed connection. He can download the movie a lot quicker. No problem. Unfortunately, you don't understand that physical media is at its prime, right? Its prime was reached like 2 years ago. The Blu-ray disc is not going to be a major factor as much as people think.
Right.
I mean, honestly, most PS3 owners I know don't have Blu-ray movies.
Right.
Because they're $30 more than the DVD, and you can play the DVD on your PS3. So there's no point right now. There's really no point. I wanna, and where the fuck did you get this American manufacturing's not good? You know what? You know why Americans outsource, right? Money. Not this bullshit that we don't have all the fucking materials. Here, you know what? I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This is not racist whatsoever. If you go to China, it is easier to hire a little 5-year-old Chinese boy that can work for 15 hours than someone from America that can work for 5. You could literally pay them 2 cents an hour. That's why they outsource. Not because it's so harder to manufacture. Please do. Don't spout this bullshit anymore. Samuel, out.